Welcome to the decluttering experiment.
Two sisters, one project.
Hi, I'm Wendy, the older sister, organized, logical, and passionate about all things involving simplicity and minimalism.
And I'm Jill, the younger sister, unorganized, easily distracted, and overwhelmed. I'm in desperate need of a whole house overhaul.
Can Wendy help Jill declutter her house and reclaim her life?
Keep listening to find out.
Hello, Jill.
Hi, Wendy.
And we're back again for episode 6.
Yes, I can't believe this is our 6th episode. Time is flying when you're having fun.
That's right. And our first episode aired, and we want to thank everyone for listening and the good feedback that we got.
Yeah, it was fun to hear people's, thoughts, and that some people were actually inspired to declutter as a result.
I know. One person told me they opened their drawer, they got rid of some coasters, so we're motivating some people at least.
That's great.
To get moving.
And it is motivating me, that's for sure too. But I'm a big rhymer, and when I just said time's flying when you're having fun, but I thought our motto could be time's flying when you're getting things done, because we've been getting things done.
Excellent. That sounds good. And there is no wrong way to declutter. Everyone's situation is unique.
Okay, yes, because there is no wrong way, because we meant to do 30 minutes in the kitchen today when we worked on my house and 30 minutes in the garage. But as we started in the kitchen, it's just like, oh, let's work on this. Let's work on this. So you may have intentions for one thing and end up doing another. We did spend an hour in the kitchen. So there's nothing wrong about that, because we got it done. We got something done.
And the joy in that too, Jill, is that you went into it thinking, oh, I'll just do 30 minutes. So that kind of makes a time frame on there that we don't have to work more than 30 minutes, but we chose to work more than 30 minutes.
And we chose to work a total of an hour, which is ultimately what we did. And we got a lot done in 1 hour. Like we said, you can do a lot in 30 minutes, but yeah, if you keep going, you can do a lot in an hour too.
I know. The more stuff out the door than coming in is the key. And that kind of leads into our decluttering challenges that we talked about last week. So I know you had some questions.
I do.
But we decided that our first challenge, and you just named on the spot there, the decluttering experiment challenge, is to get rid of as many items as we can. And I thought maybe I can get rid of 200 in a month.
Yeah, I was going to say in 30 days.
Yes.
We'll probably touch base in 28 days, because these are 4 weeks or whatever.
It's been a week now.
Yes.
And you had a goal of, we kept saying last time, 464, because if we play the minimalist challenge by the minimalist, it was all about 1 day 1, 2 day 2, 3 day 3. And I did the math.
Yes.
Because I'm a numbers person,
you
as
are,
you said.
But numbers people don't always get it right.
I know, because my memory was bad. I didn't have it written down. The math actually is 465. So we kept saying that on the last episode. And I
don't know
like,
if I'll hit that. No. That extra one's really going to throw me over the edge.
Jill, your goal is 465 now.
I'm pretty sure I'll hit it.
Excellent.
My goal is actually higher than that, but as long as I hit 465, then I will be happy.
Well, I remember you saying something about 600 or 700, 1,000 if I
really go. I mean, there are definitely parts of the house I have not touched, and let me just say, before we get into a little bit of what I've gotten rid of, I have a question on the 1 in, 1 out.
Because that's our second challenge.
Yes.
Because first thing is to get rid of as much stuff as we can to really get a jump start on decluttering.
Yes.
And then the second rule is 1 in, 1 out, to make sure that if we bring something in, we're not adding to the clutter. So just think about, what could I get rid of or let go of?
Okay. And here's the other thing you were saying. Oh, for that first challenge, if 465 sounds big or too much, just, hey, if you have a goal to get rid of 50 things in 1 month, that's great, right? So anyhow, but I do have a question on the 1 in, 1 out. This week, we were having our bathtub kept backing up. Like every time we took a shower, we would be in ankle deep water by the end.
Ooh.
And I was using one of those hair things, that we I have, I think you might have, that you stick down the drain and pull out.
Oh, yes.
But usually if I did that, like, it would last several months if I cleaned out the what's it called? The pipe. So I would do it, and then the next time I took a shower, I would be in ankle deep water again. So we had to get some liquid plumber and decided to get one of those things that you put over the drain to catch the hair.
Okay.
Now here's my question. I bought one of those. What would I like? What if when you're buying one in, you're not replacing something that's broken or something? How do you?
Yeah, that's a challenge, and that's probably an exception to a rule, I would say, because really there are no fast rules on this. It's all
Okay.
about having fun, and at least you thought about that.
Yeah.
Because I got a new pour over for my coffee
Mm-hmm.
because I had the situation with my glass breaking. I
Yeah.
was able to at least let go of my old insert that I held on to after I broke the glass. So that kind of fit. But in your situation, that's a bit more tricky. You were buying something to enhance a new problem that
Yeah.
you had.
Right. And I thought, okay, well, should I get rid of the thing to stick down the drain to pull the hair out? But then I thought, no, because even when
No.
you have those, that's still useful. I can still see that I might need to use it eventually. So I didn't know what to do.
So it sounds to me like, Jill, you have found the exception to the challenge.
Well,
Leave it to
could,
you
I was
to
going to
find
say,
a way
could you believe,
out.
would you believe it any other way that if there is a way to muck something up or have some sort of unique, chaotic experience, it would be me, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But I thought at the same time, I am getting rid of so many other things in the
Yeah.
decluttering experiment challenge that it's still not like one in, nothing out. I have gotten a lot out of the house this week.
And that's the way some people can play it because if you bring something in, you can't always find an exact same thing.
Yes, yes. And when you were talking about breaking your coffee thing, and then you were breaking your butter dish,
Yeah.
I thought you break a lot of stuff. I
I'm
thought of
very
this.
clumsy.
You are, yeah. And I thought I was the clumsy one, but you may have me topped.
I don't know.
I mean, I do think we could have an episode or just a whole podcast about some of the really funny things that I've witnessed Wendy being clumsy about. But that's another story. And maybe we'll put that on our Instagram, some of those
Right.
sometime.
Right. And really letting go is trusting that something better is going to come back into my life. So when I let go of that, when I broke that glass thing, boy, I really enjoy my new coffee pour over even more. So
See?
just
Yeah.
goes to show I was storing that glass coffee to go pour over for probably 5 years before I even used it. Then I use it for a month and it breaks. So
That's hilarious. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we need it to analyze some of that. No, I'm just kidding.
That's another show.
Psychologically, maybe we could have a couple episodes about why Wendy does the things she does.
Okay.
Yeah, you're like, no, 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 no.
No, no,
Oh.
no. No, now we also wanted to talk a little bit about some of the things you're letting go of on your own
Yes.
because of this decluttering experiment challenge.
Yeah,
You have been going all in
I have been.
and updating me a little bit about
Well,
what you've been inspired to do.
because I'm worried because I work full time and you don't.
Yeah.
And so Wendy throughout the work week will be texting me, "Oh, I got rid of this. I got rid of that. Oh, I did this. Oh, Mom, do you want this back?" And I'm like starting to panic because, I only declutter on the weekends and I'm like, I was all in your face. She's going to beat me. This is what I thought. And
I'm
so
more competitive. Well, you pointed out my competitiveness.
yeah, you're very competitive, but I thought I had this whole challenge in the bag, no chance I'm not going to win. But then I started to crunch some numbers of what I had done maybe last weekend a little bit. And it wasn't enough to maybe counterbalance everything you do all week long. So yesterday I had some time and I tackled 2 cupboards in my kitchen. And boy, did I declutter. You would not believe all the expired, unopened packages of tea that I had. And I'm not talking individual tea
Yeah.
bags.
Wow.
I'm talking boxes. And I think what I do is I get in a phase where I'm like, "Oh, I like tea now."
Yeah.
And so I'll buy like a bunch of boxes to have variety because I like variety.
Variety is good.
And then I forget that I like tea.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't drink it. And then 6 years later, I declutter it.
Well, you have brought up a good point, Jill, because I think we all have expired food.
Yeah.
And I pride myself on us trying not to waste food.
Yeah,
My husband's the same way.
I hate to waste.
And because of this decluttering challenge, I really took a look at my pantry, and I didn't realize that I still had 2 containers of brown sugar, hard as a rock.
Yeah.
Powdered sugar. And my Bisquick was going bad because I think last time you made Mom her strawberry shortcake. So it's
the past 2 times, I think.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah. Mine, I'm using it up right away.
So I had stuff too that has expired. So I can imagine that a lot of us have items in our cupboards because we buy them one day. I used to make granola bars a lot, homemade granola bars, and that's what I use the brown sugar for, but I haven't in years. So
right. And speaking of like buying it and then you either forget you had it or you decide you don't. Okay, the other cupboard that I did, I mean, I had many more things than expired tea in the one cupboard. However, in the other cupboard, it was stuff where we stored like medication, Band-Aids. It was overflowing. Like you open the door and it's a small cupboard and you might want to make sure you had a shield. No, I'm kidding. It wasn't right.
Tumbles out the cupboard.
Yeah, no, it wasn't quite that bad, but it was packed in there pretty good. Okay. I don't know, between my sons, maybe, I think he said he had an ingrown toenail that we were putting gauze on, sterile gauze. I don't know what else it was, but I think I had, okay, I'm slightly exaggerating, but not by much, 30 packages, and not just individual ones, like the boxes of sterile gauze, because every time we need it, I just buy new stuff because I'm like, do I have that? And can I find it? Well, we better just go to the pharmacy and buy it.
Yeah, and sometimes that's easier because you don't realize you have it, because when you open the closet or the drawer or whatever you're storing things in, if things are so packed, you don't even realize they're in there.
Yeah. So anyone in the southwestern Pennsylvania area, if you need sterile gauze in an emergency and it's maybe after hours, message us on our Instagram and I will bring you some right away.
So you're not letting go of that.
No, I kept it because sterile gauze is good if it's
useful.
Yeah.
Okay, here is the question. Now, a lot of us think it's useful, but sometimes I like to ask, is it being used?
Not now, but I know where it is. Although that is a very good
how
point.
How much sterile gauze do you need? Could some of it be brand new in packages that could be donated to?
Yeah, I should have kept. I should have kept them in their packages.
Because I know at our food pantry we do Band-Aids, toothbrushes, those kind of things.
Well, you know what? That's a good point. Nothing was in its own package unused because, like I said, every time I bought a package, I used a few. But there were a lot of boxes of them that I pulled them out of the box and I stuffed them all into this one bin that I had already been collecting sterile gauze. So what I could do is just put a call out there for our friends and family members who might be listening. If you need sterile gauze and you don't care that it's not in its individual package, let me know. And if not, maybe I will donate some to the food pantry because they could use it, right? It's not the sterile part is still intact.
That's true. Because even today, I dropped off at my church 5 toothbrushes in the packages because every time I go to the dentist, I get a new toothbrush and I have an electric one.
Oh,
so
I was going to say, because you're supposed to replace your toothbrush.
No, but I buy the replacement toothbrushes. And I asked Bill the other day, can we let go of some of these toothbrushes? Because they're building up.
They are handy to have if somebody stays over and they're like, oh, I forgot my toothbrush.
We have at least 5 more.
Good.
So I kept some. He likes to use them for cleaning and all too. So
yeah, but that's a nice thing to donate to a food pantry. It really is.
And the free cycle that we have locally, the Facebook group that's free for the community.
Yes.
I often
You have good luck on that.
I do.
I get people who say they'll be by for something and then they never pick it up. And then I am embarrassed to say the one thing sat on my porch in the box for about 6 months before I brought it back in, because in my mind I got it out and I didn't want to deal with it. But yes, I finally did take those off the
Right.
porch when my son begged me to do that and said he would deal with something that he had left out by the garbage can. It was like an old Target he never used.
Okay.
And I said, "Are you gonna get rid of that?" And he said, "As soon as you get rid of those boxes on the porch, I like a challenge." And I got rid of them that moment. So, like I said, I went through a cupboard that was like a lot of tea, a lot of coffee. I did switch my mugs over into that cupboard, so I kind of like decluttered a little bit in the glasses cupboard. Oh, I did get rid of a few mugs. And then, like I said, I went through the medicine and the gauze and things like that. I did have so much expired medication too. Way expired, so that it wasn't even like, if it was close to the date, you can maybe still use it. The one thing expired September of 2013.
Oh, wow. You have me beat because I found some zinc that said Best Buy 2021.
Oh, I had 2018 and 17 as well. But the one when I saw 2013, and I believe what it was like a cough syrup that a child would swallow. And
Okay.
so I think that's why. My
Wow.
son would have been 10, probably
Wow.
maybe 8-ish when I bought it, because medicine lasts a couple years. Anyhow, I don't know why that was still up in there, but it was.
Anywho, I am interested to know if anyone else out there can beat Jill
Yeah,
on this date of expired anything, food,
yeah,
medication, anything.
2013. I
Good
was
job, Jill.
I know, I
I
was
think you're gonna
shocked.
win.
I was shocked. But anyway, yeah, so we did all that. And then today, which
Yes.
is that was yesterday. Today, Wendy came over.
I came over and you had mentioned that we were going to do 30 minutes in the kitchen, 30 in the garage, but
Yeah.
we were having so much fun in the kitchen,
We
Jill.
were. We were getting so much done. And my kitchen is not big. So
Yes.
it was a little bit of a bump and shove, but but we got some stuff done.
We did get some stuff done. So we started at first, even just the counters,
Yeah.
because of this whole.
Well, we started those because I said, let's do the pantry. And you opened it and said, isn't this all just food that needs to be organized? And I'm like, yeah, that's probably a waste of time. I think I'll do that on my own. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I wanted to do the counters first, but you had a good point that to remove stuff from the counters, we need to be able to put it into
somewhere.
So I like that point because we opened then the pantry doors, but there was a lot of just food.
And not just organized.
Yes, but my thinking was we're not going to take all the stuff on the counter and just tuck it into the pantry. We're going to look at the stuff on the counter to see what makes sense to let go of, whether it be trash, donation. And you actually found quite a bit of stuff that you could part with.
Yeah, because as you just reminded me, it is not the shuffling experiment. It's the decluttering.
Right.
We shouldn't just shuffle things from the
Shuffle
counters.
and shift.
Yes, it's not the shuffling and shifting. It's the decluttering. Okay, good.
Right.
I'm glad I'm glad this is why we have to meet to chat about this,
Right.
because sometimes I forget.
And the key to decluttering is letting go. Letting go of things that are not used or spark joy.
And I think that you can see that when I get on a roll, I get excited about decluttering.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because at the end when we dove into some of those drawers, you were like, oh, I can get rid of this, and I can get rid of this and this, and
yeah. I even impress myself sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the problem though is I did take a couple of your things, so I'm going to have to think about the one in, one out rule.
Yeah, that's my favorite part, when you take some of my stuff.
Right.
Because then I start to think, oh, when she tells me those numbers, are they accurate? No, I'm just kidding.
So one of my favorite things that I got to keep that I found in Jill's kitchen was a bank, a money bank.
Yeah.
From our dad as a child.
Yes.
And it was just sitting on a shelf in her kitchen.
It was just sitting in my kitchen, people. Yeah, I like to just shuffle and shift.
And the problem is we did not find the key to open it.
And I know, and I've had that key for years. That's what I'm still surprised that I couldn't find it, because There are just a couple places where I keep keys like that. But it is an old like diary key. I feel like you could figure out how to
Yeah,
open
and
it.
the coins go in and then it sorts
Yeah, they
it
roll down. So like the dimes are the first one, then the
yeah,
penny. But sometimes they would roll past and they'd end up in the quarter, and then you have to find the key to get the money out and
yeah,
fix it. But it was so much fun as kids.
yeah.
And that's why I have such fond memory of that. But Wendy said, "Are you ready to get rid of it?"
And you said yes. And then that hit me. Well, maybe I want it.
I love when that happens
I
too, because the
know.
whole point is to get rid of. But usually as soon as I say, yep, it's out the door, then Wendy wants it. And then I think, well, if she wants it, was that a trick? Maybe I want it back.
No. I honestly, when I asked you, I was thinking we should just pitch it,
But you made sense because it is a numbers thing. Maybe you should keep
and
it.
I'll put my cents in there.
Yeah, and I'll take some of Dad's old sermons. No, I'm just kidding. I'll take some of his old journals.
I was thinking the other day when we occasionally bring up mom and dad, and it's actually payback for all the times dad talked about us in sermons and told
That's
stories
true.
about us. So we
Yeah.
are allowed to tell a few
Oh,
stories
of
of mom and
course.
dad.
No, I love to tell stories of Mom and Dad.
Okay, good. All right. So anything else about the kitchen?
Um,
We did get rid of your shelf. So you have a little shelf on the window.
a window ledge, they're called.
Oh, that's what they're called. I don't have window ledges.
Oh, you don't?
Not anywhere in my house.
Yeah,
so-
that's true. When you get new
Yeah.
windows, because when we got new windows last year, we didn't replace them all. So some of our windows do not have ledges. You're
Yeah.
right. And you can pay extra to get extra ledges made, because he said sometimes people who have cats get a really wide ledge because their cats
Oh.
are used to jumping up
Yeah.
on there. But I still have ledges in my kitchen. And you know what? When I get that window replaced, I might like a ledge. I like to have my plants along the windows and a bunch of other stuff Wendy's laughing at.
Well, when I think of ledges, I think of more places to put things.
But when you have things, sometimes you need a ledge. My husband is a little hesitant about the decluttering experiment because he likes our clutter. I mean, he didn't use those words, but he said, I like our house. It's homey. And I like our homey house too. Like we have our homey house. We have a lot of plants. So
Mhm.
I do need ledges because
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
plants like sunlight. Yeah.
You have 4 or 5 plants on your ledge in your kitchen.
Yes.
Which is plants are good. I'm not knocking
Yeah,
plants.
I love my
no.
plants.
But I also want to knock this idea that you can have homey
Yes.
and still clutter free.
That's what I'm telling him.
okay.
Because I said, honey, we're not going to get rid of
No.
everything. We
No.
still like our homey stuff. We just want our homey stuff to have a place.
A home. Yes.
Yes. Our homey stuff needs a home. And we need to not have the home be the dining room table.
That's true, because when I came in, I noticed it was. But before I say that,
The other thing is, I already cleaned it up before you got there. So it was worse. I knew you were coming.
I didn't want to say anything, but I'm like,
But one of those things is your box that you left at my house.
Okay. And the thing is about the clutter free and decluttering. So I want to say also, when we were in the kitchen, I thought I was doing a good job asking you and letting you decide, because that is
Okay.
my goal.
Yeah.
You can decide
Yeah.
if we get rid of it. But then why, when you ran out of the room,
Every time she would be like, what's this? And I'm like, don't touch it. I'll be right back.
Of course, I'm not going to get. She was under the assumption that every time she left the room, I was going to secretly stash something in the trash.
It sort of felt like you were doing that.
But
though.
I wasn't.
A little bit you were ahead of me on some
Okay.
things. You're like, what's this? We don't need it. This, that, and the other thing. And she is quick, let me tell you. She like, I'll say, she says, can I have a towel? Next thing I know, it's put away. I don't get it. There were a few things where I was like, where did you put this? Where did you put that? Where did you put my towel? So that's going to be.
That's right. Jill was yelling, where did you put my towel after I dried something? Well, I hung it on the oven door holder.
Yeah, we don't do that.
I thought, well, that's the logical place, because that's where I put my towel.
Well,
so.
we have our towel hanging on the.
Yes.
But I gave you a clean towel. So when you have dogs, sometimes it's hard to hang things
Oh.
on too many
Yeah,
things, because
and-
Buster loves a good wrestle.
Right.
He wrestles with my socks. He wrestles with the kitchen towels. Now, for some reason, for the most part, he is leaving the one right by the sink alone.
Okay.
But I feel like if you give him too many options for pulling things down and playing with them,
Mm-hmm.
so we don't often have a towel hanging on the stove too. But I thought, what did she do with that? It wasn't anywhere on the counters.
Jill was flipping out because she has multiple towels everywhere. But she's like, "Where'd you put that towel? Where'd you put my towel?" And I couldn't even remember. I'm like, "Oh, it's right here."
Yeah, it was behind me. Like I said, it's a little bit tight in the kitchen. It was a bit of a bump and grind.
Well, I'm glad we're laughing about this now because it sounds to me like you were a little bit stressed and I didn't even realize it because I was just...
I was a little stressed when I thought you threw away the clip for my garbage bag on my garbage can. Because I'm like, she took the trash bag off the can and she didn't put on a new bag. So before we're getting ready to leave to come to record, I thought, well, I should put the bag on. And I went to put the bag on, but the clip is nowhere to be found. And I yelled, "Where did you put my clip?" And I thought she threw it away.
I guess I didn't notice there was a clip attached to the bag, Jill. I'm sorry.
It was still clipped to the trash. That's that's where it was. That one. But yes. So.
But we did find a lot of stuff that didn't belong. For example, you had a drawer, and we got it really nice, of your Ziploc bags, your aluminum foil, all those supplies. But there were some random things in there that just did not belong.
I didn't know why all those cords were in there. She found a bunch of charging cords, and not like some I don't need, like the phone ones. Yeah, I could kind of, but there are cords in there. I have no clue what they're for.
Yeah.
And time will tell. Probably after I've decluttered them.
And that's sometimes the easy stuff to get rid of.
Yeah.
Just cleaning something out. This doesn't belong here. And there were so many things where we didn't even know what they were for. Like, what is this you were saying to me?
Well, I think it was something that fell off of something. Yeah, I've kept a lot of random things that were broken that I shouldn't have kept. But we made good progress.
We did. And we got rid of because we were tallying as we went.
Yes.
So do you want to share that number? Because it's not part of your grand total yet.
No, but today, just in the kitchen for 1 hour, we did get rid of 62 things, either garbage and or donation.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I'm just glancing at the list, that probably my favorite thing today that was kind of funny, was that unopened package, a 3-pack of expired watermelon gum.
You like to chew gum, Jill?
I did at one point. I did, and then I think I got away from it. Maybe when I got a crown. So I do like to chew gum every once in a while, but not as I used to. So I think I probably forgot about that pack.
And I think the one success story that I saw too, because Jill came to this realization, I was thinking about all the containers she had with cooking utensils in and knives.
Yeah.
And she had all of these. And she brought out this beautiful picture that Mom had made. And she said, "What should I do with this?" And I thought, well, that also looks like something you could put things in.
Yeah.
And right away, Jill scanned her 4 that she already had on the counter and said, well, I can let go of this one.
Yeah.
And put this in.
Yeah.
So you were already thinking. And I'm like, yeah, because I was counting them.
Yeah. I think you miscounted a little, but.
Oh, you don't think there was 4 or 5?
No, there's 5. There were 5, not 4. Yeah.
And some of them had the cleaning sponges and
like, well,
bottle
if we're going to count all those, there's probably 7. But yeah, there's the ones that had the upright bottle brushes and like straw brushes.
Yeah.
There were 2 kind of those.
And there was a mug with different things, and there was
there's the big pitcher that I had that have like the large kitchen utensils.
Right.
And then I have an oversized mug with smaller, and then I have a tiny mug with teaspoon, tablespoon.
Right.
Yeah.
But she was already brainstorming with this thing she likes better.
Yes. Because at first
how can
I said,
replace it and have it be useful?
Yeah.
And let go of something I'm already using, but I'm not attached to.
Right.
So that was a big win, I think. Just that pivot in thinking.
Yes. Yeah. And yeah, I like that much better. I'm happier now. That picture that Mom made is not hidden in the back because I wasn't sure what to do with it.
Right.
Now it's useful.
and you get enjoyment from looking at it. So,
Yeah.
well, that's our update for today. Is
I
there
guess is
anything
that it?
else?
Yeah. I think we've learned a lot about each other and maybe a little bit about some sibling nudging and rivalry that we have here too came out in this
I
episode.
know. And I think I might have been even a little stressed too with the 30 minutes because not only were we decluttering in 30 minutes, but we were recording everything we were
That's
decluttering.
the hard part. When you're doing one of these challenges and you want to get credit for everything you're getting rid of, because you want to beat your sister who
Right.
always
Jill
beats you
kept
at
saying,
everything else.
make sure you write that down. Make sure you write that
And
down.
you know what I'm thinking? I was letting her tally for me. I need to
No,
go back and try to remember because did she cheat?
You could go through your trash.
Never mind. I'll just accept her at
and enjoy the rest of your day.
Yes,
So,
that's a good idea.
yeah, and it
Yeah.
is now a sunny 70-degree day after recording the last time we got 3-4 inches of snow, so you didn't need your
I did use those brushes,
that
the
I told you to
snow
put
brush
away.
that you told me I could leave in the garage. I did know exactly where to find them though, which was good. And I went and used it instead of buying another package of sterile gauze.
Yay. No more sterile gauze
No
for
more
many
sterile
use.
gauze, no more snow brushes. And we may or may not get snow again, but at least it's in my car now.
Well, Jill, it's been great chatting with you
You
about
too.
all of this.
Yes, yes.
And remember to follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, at the Decluttering Experiment.
And we thank you all for joining us. We hope you enjoy the show and we look forward to any feedback you have.
Yeah, let us know if you're participating in our challenges because we'd like to know how you're doing with it too.
Well, thank you for joining us for the Decluttering Experiment. Join us next time to see what progress has been made.
If any.